Moving to thing number two, Gary, we're going to bring Andrew. You guys will tackle this one. Thing number two, trading platform outages. Tell us more about it.
All right, Andrew, what's going on there?
Yeah, so last Monday, as you guys all know, there was a lot of market volatility. Everyone had a really volatile day in the market. And overall, it was very volatile, but there's been times in the past that have been a much more severe crash, let's per se. And so last Monday morning, I was logging into my brokerage account on my phone, which is Charles Schwab, and I came to realize I can't log into my account. And I thought, okay, there's just some password thing, but I'm typing in the right password. So after about an hour, I forgot about it, came back, tried to log in again, and I still can't log into my account. And the market's going crazy, and I just want to see what's going on with my portfolio. And I come to the conclusion, all right, something's up. So I start searching on Google and X, and I find out that there's been an outage in Charles Schwab. And then I start reading some more, and there's been some outages across the whole industry. So like Robinhood, Fidelity, Vanguard, they were all experiencing outages. And this is something that has happened before. It's happened during COVID when there was a lot of market volatility. And it's something that they haven't really fixed. And this is something that could be much worse in the future. I mean, your phone is just a digital asset. You can't do that. Like if things go wrong, you're locked out of your account. So the market could be absolutely tanking and you could be locked out of your account and have no power over the value of your stock. You can't exit that position. You have nothing. You're almost worthless when it comes to that. And so if we look at this, and there's a trend historically of kind of what happened last week and what's happened before. And if we look back way back to the 1920s during the Great Depression, the banks collapsed and people stormed the banks to try to get their money, but they couldn't get their money. And so there were huge lines of people trying to get their money out of the banks and withdraw it, but they couldn't. And this could really happen in the future with something like this. If the market's absolutely tanking, you could be locked out of your phone and have no access. So that kind of comes full circle of why you really should take a look at DKI's positions and how we kind of hedge yourself against the market. And one of kind of the key things here is that gold and Bitcoin are kind of the two paths to kind of forget about this. Because yes, you're always going to have need some sort of stock in your portfolio, but eventually things can go south and you just kind of need a little bit of a backup. And if you have the physical asset of gold, that can protect against all of this risk. Or if you have physical self-custody of Bitcoin, and I'm sure Gary, he can talk more about kind of the whole process of self-custody. And there's also a Twitter thread that maybe Gary wants to kind of note on real quick on kind of the process of self-custody.
Yeah, so Andrew, I think you're making three crucial points here. And they're really important for people to understand. One is these systems go down and become inaccessible at times of market stress and instability. When there's a market crash, that's the time. Like you wake up on a normal Tuesday and everything's quiet and there's nothing going on. Guess what? You're going to have access to your account then.
Mm-hmm.
It's people lose access. These systems crash, they go down, you lose access at the moments when you most need to get out of positions, right? It's the excess volume. And by the way, there have been rumors, and I don't know who did what, but there have been rumors in certain situations when markets have gone crazy and people said, just shut the system down. Don't let people trade it. Or, as you guys have pointed out before, in the case of GameStop, they turned off the buy button, right? We won't let you trade it. You're hurting our other clients. And so the times when you most need access, those are the times when you won't have access. So, what do we do about it? Because you can't stop that, right? If you're listening to this, you don't have the power to fix that system. You don't have the power to make everybody honest or reliable or make the system robust. It's not going to happen. So what do? We have two great options for you. One of the things we do at Deep Knowledge Investing is we work with our clients, our subscribers, and we help them hedge their portfolio. Now, is that a guarantee you can't lose money? Absolutely not. No, there are no guarantees, and whatever you do has risk. But what it does mean is in those moments when markets are melting down, when things are really crazy, at those moments when you are most likely to lose access to your account, you have something that will be making you money while everybody else is losing money. It means the potential losses will not be as severe, or potentially you could make money, but you're not in free fall with everybody else. Now, there's a cost to that. None of this is free, but it does protect you in those situations where the market's melting down and you can't access your positions. You have part of your portfolio making money when everybody's losing everything. The second thing that really matters here is I want people to start to think about having some assets outside the system. Now, nobody go crazy here. I'm not saying, start digging holes in your yard and burying cash in it and sticking, gold in your mattress or whatever. Maybe it's cash in your mattress and gold in the ground. I'm not suggesting that, we all prepare for tomorrow's apocalypse. What I am suggesting is that the financial system is not 100% reliable. And just as a way to protect yourself, you should have some assets outside the system. Two easy ways to do that is to buy physical gold and hold it. Another is to own Bitcoin. But if you're going to do that, don't have it on the platforms, right? Like Coinbase can be terrific, but if the system goes down, you're not going to have access to it. So you want to self-custody. And I know that can be scary for people, but the thread that Andrew was talking about, we put up a detailed thread on Twitter or X where we explain to people how to self-custody. And we made it really simple. It's annotated. We've got pictures up, fill in this box, click this button. And we have made it step-by-step possible for people to self-custody. And I understand, like, if you've never done it before, it can be nerve-wracking. There's no 800 number. You can't call 1-800-BITCOIN and ask to talk to the manager. So I get that that can be hard, but there are opportunities for all of you, for all of us, to have some money outside the system, to hedge your portfolio, to be in a position where if there is another market meltdown and you don't have access to your account, where you don't get wiped out, where you have some sort of protection. And we're really good at working with people on that exact issue. So if it's something that concerns you, reach out. We can help.
Andrew,
And,
anything you would like to add to close on this point?
yeah, on the self-custody thing, we will put a link below for anyone who wants to find out and learn more about that self-custody thread.
Great.
All right. Good idea. Terrific. Andrew, before you go, just want to give you some public credit here. Andrew Brown from the University of Tennessee, Alex from Exeter. Both these guys have been doing incredible work. I fully acknowledge warmly, these guys have been doing 80% of the 5 things. They are picking topics, doing the analysis, fact-checking things, doing writing, finding references, putting together the images and graphs. Andrew does an incredible job of cutting up the videos and posting everything. So much of what you guys are seeing in this show is being done by young interns who are smart young men doing a fantastic job. Andrew, excited to have you on with us. We want you on talking with us more often, but just round of applause for you and Alex doing just a fantastic job. As I put in the written version of this week's 5 things, I wish I would have had, yours and Alex's knowledge of finance and economics when I was your age. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you, Rob and Gary. And you guys have a great rest of your night.
All
Awesome.
right.
Thanks, Andrew.
Talk
Thank
to you
you.
tonight, Andrew.
Gary, moving to thing number 3, DKI